All right, what's up, people? We're back. We got more Methuen players here. I'm Kyle. I'm here with
Alexander Santiago.
Alex. Man, first of all, how excited are you for Friday for this? For the official start of camp.
Um, I'm like excited to see, everybody's excited for the Friday nights, but I'm excited to see how our team develops. Obviously we lost a lot of big pieces last year, but we kind of been focusing on ourselves and focusing on the weight room, focusing on each other, knowing each other, and it's just getting those next group of guys to be be ready to play.
Yeah, definitely for you. What's the off season been like? How have you been prepared? How have you prepared yourself for this upcoming season?
So yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of baseball, but we host this 6:45 a.m. Um, lifting programs every day, and we've kind of I've kind of just been doing that, and captain's practices, just trying to stay active as possible. Now that summer's coming to an end, AAU already ended. Now I'm starting to get back into my DB work, my offensive work, and just trying to better myself for my team.
Right. For you being playing multiple sports like this, how how does that help you conditioning wise? Because sometimes some
Yeah.
folks they don't come in, they're not as conditioned as they should be, and you being active year round, how much conditioning is just another thing for
Yeah.
you, right?
I mean, everybody knows. I mean, I'm sure you know about that basketball, the conditioning. I mean,
Right.
every conditioning is different. Like, I can go play a full game of basketball, but, that doesn't mean I can go play a full game of football,
Right.
and be fully prepared. But, vice versa. But, it's just uh, knowing your role and knowing and not cheating yourself, conditioning yourself and not, days that you don't want to wake up, you still got to do it, have that same motivation and, prepare yourself
Yeah.
because you know what's to come.
Yeah, definitely. As I was talking to Coach, you guys, you guys lost a lot of talented players. You losing Shane Eason to graduation, what he's meant. But how much motivation did that give other players, knowing the stuff he's done, and now these guys are going to get their opportunity to showcase their talents?
It just does a lot. Obviously, we lost. We lost big in the playoffs. I feel like that's kind of all the motivation we needed. We knew what we needed to get better on, and we're developing that as the season comes by and
Right.
as the summer's starting to come to an end. But those big pieces, obviously. You can't get somebody that's going to be exactly like our O line. You can't get somebody that's exactly like Shane Eason. It's just knowing what you're good at and just playing that part.
Right.
Filling in those spots because you're not going to have crazy talent every year. You're
Yeah.
not going to have those guys that are going to break out for 90-yard touchdowns, 80-yard touchdowns. Like you're not going to have that every year. So it's building up little by little.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say you think the strength of the team will be early on in the season? Because things change as the season
Yeah.
progresses, but there's always
Yeah.
at the start of the season, there's always something each team is really strong at some point at a certain area. Which? Can you pinpoint which area you think that might be for this team?
Our strongest point would definitely be our defense. We got four captains. One of them is obviously our QB. He won't play the defense, but three of our captains, including me, Josh DiFatima, and Vinny DeMeo. I play safety. Josh DiFatima plays end, and then Vinny plays middle linebacker. So um, I feel like our strongest part is defense. Our defense should be very good, and you know, most of our class is on defense, and um, that's all. That's kind of what it is. Our defense, and just developing our O line, our D line. Those things all come. But give just like as I said, those that motivation, give those kids, and just not only want to be there, but do it with a purpose. Do everything with a purpose. You
And you
play
got
games to win.
and you guys start off with you got Marshall coming
Yeah,
in,
you gotta.
and as coach said, the last couple years it's literally come down to the final play here and there, but you get them at home, another chance
Yep.
at them, right?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Those type of games, what's like the long term, the long term effects of those type of games when you play teams like that, and it's a close game, and
Yeah.
and each team got to figure out how to win
Yeah.
those close games, how to close out a game, or how to
So
make that big stop.
our biggest thing was, as you know, they're a no huddle team. they kind of knew it at the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, we're up 24-0. You know, I knew it wasn't over, but we went into halftime. I think they scored before going into half, and I was like, this is a no huddle team. Like they're not down. Like I was seeing everybody's body language on that team, and as they were losing, they weren't really losing any type of hope. They were still playing as. So I was like, yep, they're coming out with their best stuff after
Right,
the
right,
second
right.
half. So it was I kind of try to echo that through the game, but it's kind of tough when you know it's a no huddle team. Like that's no joke. I mean, we're a no huddle team, but they're rapid fire. Like
Right.
they're going at it the whole time, and I'm pretty sure they got like 150 plays there. So, I mean, they're a really good school. So, just that team prepares you. I feel like
Right.
there's more. It's more of an impact for that team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You kind of go to that team, and then you go to like a North Dando that's like kind of a slower offense, and that kind of helps you in a way because you're like, oh, this is kind of a lot more slower,
Right, right,
kind
right.
of.
And you kind of have to be like more mental. It's the mental aspect too, because when they're doing that, because you're playing them early, so it's hot. You're playing them early September, so it's hot, and you know that you don't want to get cramped, but you got to fight through that mental fatigue part because they're gonna be going no huddle. But hey, man, that's what football's for.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know.
The
Yeah.
challenge.
Preparing yourself mentally and physically is the biggest thing, Going into it and just knowing what you're going to get into and knowing that, for varsity football isn't just going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck on the
Yes, sir.
season.
Thank you.
Make sure to
Appreciate
stay
it.
healthy,
Yes,
and
sir.
we'll see you guys down the line
Yes, sir.
with Methuen High. Plug in your social media before we get out of here.
Alexander Santiago 17 on Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow.
Yeah, follow
And,
him.
Yes, sir.
Give him a follow. Give him a follow. Senior, right?
Yeah,
You're going to
senior.
senior
Yes,
year,
sir.
and this is the last hurrah, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, man. I'm trying to not take it for granted.
Right.
I'm making sure I'm taking every play, every practice, and I'm playing my hardest because this is one of the sports that like baseball is like a lot slower, basketball is a lot faster, and you can't really play. Can't really play as hard as you would in football and basketball. So you're just making sure you're in every play, and you're just not taking it for granted because this is the last time I'm lacing up for football, which is sad. So, yeah.
Hey, man. Good things come to an end,
Yes, sir.
but hopefully we see them at Gillette.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes,
goal.
sir.
We
Yes,
see
sir.
them
That's
at
the goal.
Gillette.
That's the goal.
All right.
Let's go.
We're out of here.
I'll see you.